All right, so next we're going to be looking at another herbaceous perennial. This one's not a woody herbaceous perennial. This one is going to be, yeah, like herbaceous. So it's going to be having, you can see down here, this is Japanese Teasel. And down at the base, we have this basal rosette, this rosette of leaves. So you can see all these leaves growing down here. And then all these dead flowering stalks. And so there's a couple ways people can do this. Pretty much if you're working residential, most people just want this stuff all chopped down. It's not necessarily such a bad thing to leave these dead stalks up. It kind of creates a lot of insect habitat. You know, spiders can create their webs in here. Native bees will sometimes create a little nest inside the hollowness of the stems. So leaving your stem standing isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, at some point in the springtime or now in the winter, or if someone just wants it cut down, which is not such a bad thing, is you can just cut these dead stems off at the base. So I'm just gonna cut them down there. So we leave this dead growth and just leave this fresh basal rosette of leaves down here. So there's a couple things we could do. Some people would say, just take this material, throw it in the compost pile. I like to just do a chop and drop, because to me, it's kind of like, this stuff's all gonna compost back into the ground. And it's kind of almost like taking out the step, like, okay, you cut the material down, you take it to the compost pile, wait for it to compost, then when the compost is done, you bring it back here, rather than just chopping it and dropping it where it is. One reason people don't do that is they say, like, okay, you got this composting plant material right next to the plant. It could increase pathogens, things that want to eat this plant, kind of fungi and all that. I tend to, like, that's how plants grow in nature, is my kind of view on it. So I typically don't. Maybe if you have a really sensitive plant, you might not do that. But in general, I just like to chop and drop. I feel like it just saves an extra step. And then when I cut down these branches, now it's just all this green growth, and it's just gonna like come up nice gangbusters in the springtime.